My name is Christopher Simpson. I go by Chris, but have a lot of nicknames. Uh, I'm 28 years old. I go to Alamance Community College, and I'm studying history and library science. Well, I graduated from Alamance Community College in May of next year, and then I'm going to go to either UNC or UNCG to get a history and library sciences degree. But they have a thing at UNCG called museum studies, which is something I would really like to do. And after that, go straight to graduate school and try to hop on somewhere after I graduate from graduate school and get my PhD. Not because I have an ego, but just, I feel like it's the highest level you can get in your professional field. So it would just be for the challenge, not for the title or anything. So
Chris wants to be a historian.
I want to be the guy in the white gloves that handles JFK's shirt that he was wearing, on November 22nd, 1963. I think it was the 22nd. Maybe it was the 24th. Or I want to be the guy that handles Oswald's rifle and takes the close-up pictures of it in the National Archives. Just anything to do with history. I don't care what it is. It could be local, state, Asian history, anything. It could be anything with history. That's what I want to do. But mostly I want to work at the Smithsonian. That's my ultimate goal, or the National Archives.
Chris has OCD. OCD stands for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. The obsessive part refers to repetitive, unwanted, intrusive thoughts, and the compulsion refers to irrational, excessive urges to do certain actions.
I've had it all my life. It's endearing to me. I love it. Really, I do. Because ever since I can remember, I've had it. I've always had to do things in twos. I've always been very cleanly, though you wouldn't know it by this. Everything has always had its place. And I've always been very particular and eccentric, and I wouldn't want to be any other way. I've never bemoaned the fact that I have OCD. I've never said, oh, woe is me. I love it because it's been a part of me my whole life. Now, I will not say that there are not things that I can improve on. That's why I took CBT.
CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. This type of therapy focuses on exploring relationships among a person's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Because, sometimes it would interrupt my life. And even today, sometimes when I get frustrated, I'll retreat back to those behaviors. But mostly, it's just like a friend, really, that's been there my whole life. I don't have it as bad as some people, and I have it worse than others. But luckily, my OCD is not as bad as maybe it could be. I can't just learn about something small. If I learn about something, I have to know everything. So Rickenbacker guitars, I have to know what kind of finish they use, what the output of the toaster pickups from the 60s were. I have to know every single thing I can learn about a subject. Same with any history. I have to know everything. And the exciting part is that I know I'll never know everything. Now, with something like Rickenbacker, you can know because it's kind of like a finite thing, but with history, there's always a different account. I mean, just think at the Battle of the Somme in World War I, there were over 1 million participants. Now, some of them, well, I say some, it was a few, it was 200,000 people in one day died, but that's still over 1 million individual accounts of one event. You know what I'm saying? Or World War II, my gosh, look at how many, stories there are there, or the Civil War. There's always something that I can discover, but the chase is what I like. Just, I love learning, but I love to know everything I can learn.
Before going to school and preparing for his career, Chris first went to vocational rehabilitation, VR for short, to help with job placement. VR provides counseling, training, education, transportation, job placement, assistive technology, and other support services for people with disabilities.
The only reason I went to VR is because I was 25 and had no work experience, and I figured that VR, being a state agency, would be able to help me more in the job market than me just going blind and applying places. And they have. So that's why I went to VR, but I don't consider myself disabled, even though technically I am.